Your windows could be costing you hundreds of dollars every year, and you don't even know why. Energy efficiency with windows is crucial in today's market. There's requirements that are in place for new construction homes, and there's performance considerations for renovations. Now, there's things you want to consider, from U factor to low E to solar heat gain coefficient to visible transmittance to air leakage. Like, it seems endless, and we're going to dive deep right into it. So let's go. So when it comes to these labels, there's 4 different categories on an NFRC label typically. The thing that most folks will think about when they're talking about energy efficiency is the U factor. That's always going to be in the top left-hand corner. You can see this is 0.27, for example. Now, the U factor has to do with the amount of heat that is transferred from the outside to the inside of the window. The lower the number, the better the performance. Typically, where we are in New Jersey, a 0.3 is going to be the minimum to meet Energy Star. Anything above a 0.3, you're going to struggle. A lot of times you'll see in a plan, it's an average of a 0.3. So maybe some products are a little bit over, but others are under. It's the average. Up next is solar heat gain coefficient. You'll see on a lot of the quotes, they'll abbreviate that. It's just going to say SHGC on that. Now, solar heat gain coefficient has to do with the amount of radiation that can get into the house from the outside with the sun. Again, this is going to be the lower the number, the better. So 0.26 on this one. Again, you're searching for something under that 0.3 if you're in the New York City tri-state area typically, but lower the number, the better on that. Visible transmittance. Now, this is the opposite. We want the number to be higher. And what visible transmittance has to do with is how clear is that glass. There's different manufacturers and there's different materials that they make and different glazings that are offered in the glass that will affect the visible transmittance of that glass. You can see this bluish greenish hue on that. That's called low E, a low emissive coating. And that affects the visible transmittance. Depending on where you are in the United States, they're going to add more or less low E, or multiple layers of low E within the double pane or triple pane on the insulated glass unit. So visible transmittance, how clear is that glass? How much can you just see through? And the higher the number, the better. This is a 0.49. It's going to be kind of right in range of what you're looking for typically. Air leakage. Self-explanatory, it's how much air leaks with the window, right? So this is a 0.3. 0.3 for where we are in the tri-state area, that's considered like acceptable. It's not the best out there, it's not the worst out there. The lower the number, the better. Now, you're gonna see higher air leakage numbers on something like a double hung or a sliding window because they need to slide. That weather stripping has to be in place, and that creates some air leakage. You're gonna see much lower numbers if you have something like a casement where it cranks shut, and when you lock it and the wind blows on it, it's only closing it tighter. You're gonna see outstanding air leakage numbers on something like a tilt-turn European window. They're at like a 0.05, much higher performing product than your typical American style double hung window that lifts up and down. And that's just all about how it's engineered and how it operates. There's no way to have a double hung window or a sliding window that has to slide have the same amount of air leakage properties as something like a European tilt-turn window that's in swing, that's going to compress. So those are the 4 categories that you really want to look at if you're considering energy efficiency. And something that's important is going to be the glazings, the glass type. So let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so we talked about low E, which is that low emissive coating. It's a silver component that acts like a mirror on the inside of the exterior pane. So you have surface 1, surface 2 is where the low E goes, and then surface 3 and surface 4 on the very inside, right? So low E is a low emissive coating. It's a silver material that is laid onto the window. Now that's in the summertime when the sun's up high, it's going to reflect that away like a mirror. And then in the winter, when the sun is down low, it's going to allow that heat to permeate towards the house. So it's going to keep your cold air inside when you want your cold air inside. It's going to keep your warm air inside when you want your warm air inside, right? That's what low E is. So there's different types of low E. There's different types of glazings. Now, glazings refers to glass, right? There's double pane, triple pane, different formulas of low E to ensure Energy Star with NFRC labels. So just for example, right? This is insulated glass. Insulated glass is just clear annealed glass, right? There's no low E on this. This is just clear glass. This is going to be something that you'll see this on entry doors from time to time where folks don't necessarily want low E on it, or in a historic application, you might see just a clear glass, but not really the most high performing product out there, but it's available, right? This is double pane, you can see here, right? So it's a pane of glass, a spacer, and then another pane of glass to hold that in. So insulated glass. Next would be low E 272. Now low E 272, you can see it's a little bit darker. It's a little bit of a bluish greenish hue to it, but not that different. Now, if I were to hold this in front of, say, like a white piece of paper or in front of a white window treatment, you might see that bluish hue a little bit, right? It's gonna be a little bit, but nothing crazy. And this is kind of mid-Atlantic, southern New Jersey, central New Jersey, northern New Jersey. This may or may not meet Energy Star depending on the material that's hosting that glass. So I'm gonna put low E 272 down. Northern New Jersey is going to be a low E 366. You can see compared to the insulated glass, it's a little bit darker than the 272, but not much. So low E 366 is going to perform a little bit better, but there's compromise with that. So it's going to be a little bit darker. That's on there. Now next we have a low E 366 with I-89 hard coat. What does that mean? That means it's going to be a little bit darker, but it's going to really perform quite a bit. Now, you can see there's a definite difference between the insulated clear glass and the I-89. What is that? So low E 366, I'm going to pull this little sample over here again. Low E 366 is going to be on surface 2, like we talked about, right? That is a soft coat low E. Surface 4, they're going to put a hard coat I-89 on the very inner surface. So it's just an additional layer of low E, and this acts to keep that inside on the inner pane, and then this acts to keep outside from the exterior pane. There's compromise with all of these things. Sometimes folks will look at this low E 366 with I-89 and say, well, it's a little dark for my taste. With that being said, you can introduce options like a triple pane glass, right? We talked about the double pane. We're gonna hope I don't drop it again, right? So we have 2 panes of glass, and then we have 3 panes of glass. Most manufacturers these days can offer triple pane glass. So triple pane glass is something where we can see, it tends to be case specific. It's not necessarily that, well, like, every project should be triple pane because that's going to perform the best, or every project should be low E 272 because it's more cost effective. It's all dependent on your project and what's specific to you and where you are and what's needed, combined with the budget of what works best, kind of the juice for the squeeze, so to speak. So with that being said, there's a lot of opportunity to explore glazing options and what tints or pane count matters the most for you and your project. And on a lot of this, like, we'll come to the table and say, hey, we need to meet a certain number. We'll work with the engineers in manufacturing to determine what would be the best, most cost-effective way to meet your number and keep the glass as clear as possible, because that's ultimately the goal. We want a beautiful view. We want to be as close to that zero obstruction view as possible while still maintaining energy efficiency. So depending on where you are, depending on what the project is, will dictate what we would recommend for you. But This is just kind of a quick overview of what it would be potentially best for your project and things to consider. One other thing to think about, windows, when it comes to the airspace in the glass, they're going to be filled typically with argon gas at about a 90% fill rate. Now, argon gas is another thermal break. We have another video where we talk about thermal breaks. Argon gas in between the panes is just heavier than oxygen. It's a way to not have that cold or heat transfer from the outside to the inside or the inside to the outside. With that 90-ish% fill rate on average with manufacturers, something to be aware of, argon gas does dissipate over time. You're going to lose a small percentage every year of the argon gas. So it's just something to be aware of. It's not necessarily something to worry about by any means. Some companies will do a krypton gas, not from Superman, but they'll do a krypton gas, and that has some added energy efficiency as well. So by no means are these options everything when it comes to glass options. There are so many options out there, and with that, that's why we really lean. If you have a specific circumstance where you need something from a bullet-resistant glass to a special security glass to certain energy performance to turtle code, which we could talk about that sometime, like the different codes that are required, or bird glass, which is required. Depending on what you need will really depend on what's suggested, which is why we really recommend to have a consult with us and chat with us about what your needs are specific to your project. There's so much out there on the internet, and it can be so easy to get confused, which is why we create these educational videos to just convey the most basic information to get folks started so they're in the right direction. It's very easy to get turned around with different forums and whatever someone's uncle said, about what they used. What we want to do is make sure what we're doing is the right thing and doing the right thing specifically for you and your project. So meet with us, consult with us. We'll look at what your requirements are and what's needed. From there, we'll work with the engineers in manufacturing to determine what is the best option and the most cost-effective option to get you as close to an uninhibited view as possible while maintaining your energy efficiency needs. If you'd like to book an appointment with us, please contact us, info@mammothmillwork.com. Let's get started.